What do you think today's video is about? Well, I'm gonna give you a clue. That right there. That's right. We got the Beer Mule. I assume it was supposed to be 3.0. We have the Beer Mule 3.0. I don't know why somebody put that on there. Guy said something about the guy that he got it from's friends were playing a joke on him. He pulled one of the letters off and you could see it, so he decided just to leave them on there. Anyways, those are coming off. You know me, I'm kind of a factory guy. I like some aftermarket stuff, but like these headlights, gotta go. Don't like them. The plastics, probably gonna go. I actually called the dealer, and buying the front plastics and the big back piece of plastic and stuff like that is not very expensive at all. So I'm probably gonna replastic it. So needs this plastic, it's broken pretty good. These are going, I think they're Zillas or something. Mayhems, Mega Mayhems, they're ITPs, so they're good tires. They're just not for me. I don't need anything big and gnarly like that. And I would actually like to have just the same size wheel and tire all the way around. I honestly like the new, this is a 2013 Grizzly 700. They're all the same, you know. Well, I mean, I say they're all the same, different packages, but you know, it's CVT, four-wheel drive, diff lock, I said four-wheel drive, diff lock. Anyways, but I wanted something that wasn't so chaotic, because everybody we go riding with, or we potentially could go riding with, they all have small bikes. They got like, what does David got? He's got two little Kawasaki Bayous. I mean, I could keep up with him with quite a bit. I just wanted something that I could work with, play with. We've got, I'm actually getting rid of the Commander, and I actually have a Warrior back here that I never got back to. I actually have a couple videos of tearing it down. I need to finish putting it back together. It's a pretty clean little bike. It had a rocker lock up in the head, so I got it all taken apart. I need to get cam bearings for it so I can get it back together. I've got all the parts for it either there. I've got a Yamaha spec bolt kit, so we could put all the factory style bolts back in it, which would be kind of nice. But the Can-Am's gonna leave, and the only reason we're doing that is after me and my wife had to let go of my dog and we buried her, we decided that we were gonna go out and just try to do things. We don't have any more obligations. My daughter's moved out of the house. Now my dog was the last dog we had, and she's gone now. So we're just gonna go out and have fun. We're gonna go buy an RV and maybe go weekend trip. We've got 2, 3, 4 lakes around here we can go to very easily within an hour, and just spend a day or two on the weekend and have a good time. And our friends, like I said, David, he's got 2 quads. Him and his girlfriend go riding quite a bit. But a lot of places you go with quads, you can't go with a side-by-side. Well, then, to take a side-by-side with you, now we're talking about getting a big toy hauler to put it in, get it in far enough, haul it. This way, if we have 2 four-wheelers, they will go right on the back of that flatbed, and then we could just put us a modest 21, 23 foot, 19 foot camper on the back of it and have someplace comfortable to sleep, take a shower, get out of the heat if it's hot. We can sit, sitting there in the AC or something and cool down, wait till the evening or whatever. So that's my thought process of getting this. I know everybody's gonna say, why would you get rid of the Commander? Because at that point, we're not going to use the Commander. We actually bought the Commander to go riding with them, and then my mistake, we figured out that a lot of places you can't go with the side-by-side where they go with four-wheelers. So I'm a Yamaha guy. I like Yamahas. I wanted something independent rear suspension, so this checks that box. I wanted something that had enough power to kind of work around here and do whatever, because I'm used to having the Commander and I can pull a trailer with it and everything else. So this kind of checks that box. I mean, is it the fastest four-wheeler out there? No, I don't need it to be fast. I want it to work and be comfortable. I didn't really want a CVT. I kind of like the idea of CVT, but I wanted like a manual shift. Well, come to find out, you really can't get a utility four-wheel drive four-wheeler much anymore that's actual manual shift. I mean, you might have a lever down there to bump it like a Honda, and I was looking at those, but I figured, you know, if everything's going that route, I might as well get the brand that I like. So it was either this or Kodiak. You know, at least it's of size. I've had that motor in a Raptor before. I definitely like the motor. To me, it's bulletproof. But as you can see, this thing needs plastics everywhere. The front plastics, they are, you know, they're chewed on and broken up. So I'm gonna get this piece here. We'll repaint the frame. I thought about just skinning that tube, you know, piecing it together and welding it, blending it, and making it look better than that, because it's all kind of beat up. Looks like somebody ran the cable across the top, and I don't know, might look at it, might just cut it out, weld a new tube in it. Anyways, but it's got a couple things. Like I said, the headlights, I don't like those. We're gonna pull them out. I'm gonna get a belt for it and put a new belt in it. Both sides of this plastic are broke, so I'm gonna get new footwells for it. We're gonna get the Yamaha pegs, the extended pegs. They look really nice. And like I said, plastics, definitely gonna do this plastic, this plastic. I may just go ahead and do these as well. At that point, I could change the color, but I kind of like Yamaha blue. And I don't mind, you know, this black up here doesn't look bad. I can probably clean it up. I don't want to torch it. I know somebody's gonna say, oh, use a torch on it. I don't want to torch it. That takes a lot of the oils out of the plastic, kind of makes them brittle after you do it a couple times. I'm good. You know, all the racks are in pretty good shape. I don't know what's going on there. You know, somebody had something welded to it and then somebody took it off, or maybe there was something that was supposed to be there, because it's even on both sides. I think somebody just had something welded and then they took it off, and somebody didn't know how to weld. So we're probably going to clean that up. You know, we're missing some bolts. I'll get a spec bolt kit for it. That way we can go in and replace the bolts, pull the whip antenna spring off. We probably won't need one of those. I'll leave it on the shelf, so if we need to mount it, we can. Rear brake is about non-existent. If you look in there, I don't know if you can see that, but see how that cable's stretched? The cable's almost all the way out of adjustment. So I'm gonna get a new cable for it. We'll get a plug for it while we're there. What else? So known issues is these rear seals are leaking, seeping. He's got the new seals for it, he just never put them in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do those. I'm gonna replace those seals. He's got them for the front and the back diff. It didn't look like the front diff was leaking, except for the input shaft for the front drive shaft. You know, where the yoke would be. And I don't know, I don't know if it's leaking or not, but I checked the oil in it. The oil's good level. This thing only has 3,400 miles on it. And, well, 3,400 miles, how many hours? Well, it's got 3,400 miles. I don't know how to, here, get rid of the clock. It's got 416 hours and 3,400 miles. So these need an oil change at like 3,000 miles. I don't know if anybody's done it, but I figured it's not so far out of that 3,000 that it's horrible. The oil looks pretty good in it, but I'm changing the oil in it. We're probably going to put a new belt on it, just because that way I know where I'm at with it. But and like I said, we're doing away with the wheels and tires. I don't like them big, mega crazy, you know, I don't really like getting in the mud. I know that sounds stupid for a guy that just bought an ATV, but I'll go around the puddle. You guys can go through the puddle if you're with me. Jeremy, he'll probably be going crazy on a side-by-side trying to get me all muddy and stuff. I'll be at the back of the pack. I'll bring up the back. I'll let you guys do your thing. I just want to crawl through the woods with it and just enjoy the scenery. I'm not worried about going 100 miles an hour. I think that's how I would enjoy it. Anyways, but seat cover, we've got, so this one's smooth, but he's got I got a factory seat cover for it. That's a Yamaha seat cover, and this one has the stipples on it, but it is a factory seat cover. I just got to put it on, staple it on, and all that. So, and then it came with the seals. So there's the rear diff seals. Here's the front diff seals. And then it needs, he said it needs an idle air control valve. When you first fire it up, it does kind of idle up and then idle down. Factory air box in it. It's not all cut up and butchered up and stuff. I gotta pull more stuff off. But anyways, factory air box. He said it wasn't cut up or anything. No, I didn't take it apart and verify it, because you have to pull tabs and get that out of the way. Anyways, I'm not gonna do a whole lot of performance stuff to it or anything. I am gonna do a tip. I'm gonna take the resonator off, and I'll put a resonator tip on it, just so it has a little more noise. And for the most part, I kind of want to cool down the exhaust. It's got all these stupid LEDs on it, like blue LEDs that light up underneath. I'm gonna pull all that stuff off. That might actually come off today. But all the welds are nice. Doesn't really look like anything's broken or beat up except for this. And like I said, I think what I'm gonna do, just sitting here looking at it, I'm probably gonna cut this tube out, and we'll get about the same diameter tube, so it looks right in there, because this piece, it's got kind of a cover piece, I think, that goes on it. It's missing a few things, but I might just replace that and just put a heavier wall tube in it, and then kind of make that look a lot better, because that kind of looks like poo. But anyways, no more zip tie stuff hanging on to this. We're gonna get her all cleaned up. So hopefully you guys are into this and you'll be in for the ride. And then, like I said, we'll get to the point where we'll be out riding it on trails. I've got to get Mama a four-wheeler. I think we're just gonna get her a new one. I didn't want to spend the money on one of these. I really wanted one of these or a Kodiak. And I didn't want to spend the money on one of these new until I figured out if we were actually gonna stick with it. We might end up buying this stuff and doing it and absolutely hating it. So anyways, there's the first look of the new to me old Yamaha Grizzly 700. So it's a 2013. If you guys have any parts or ideas on stuff to do, let me know. Somebody might have plastics for this. If you have plastics, you know, within a week or two of this video going up, let me know. Otherwise, it's probably going to be changed anyways, because you know, the plastics were cheap enough. I'm just going to go ahead and replastic it. I mean, I don't know, to be honest with you, the only plastics that are going to stay probably are these small pieces here and this stuff here. And I'm going to pull these stickers off, and if this looks horrible, I might just get all new plastics for the entire bike, because like I said, yeah, see, that's probably going to look horrible. We'll see what we can do with it, but maybe we can polish it out or something. But anyways, there you go, guys. Well, hope you enjoyed the little video, the walk around. That way, at least if you see me out running around on it, or if we're working on it or something, you're kind of in the know. You kind of know what's going on. But anyways, I'm gonna just drive around the yard a little bit and see how she runs, get it hot, make sure it doesn't make any noises or anything like that before I start putting money into it. So you guys have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.